guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am the Jess and Sunday Jess, and today we're going to talk about journaling as an LDS missionary. Now, as many of you know, I served a mission in Peru about 2 years ago, and it is now my new favorite thing to talk about all my experiences and all the wonderful things I've learned so I can share them all with you girls who are heading out into the field very, very soon. So, like I said, I'm talking all things journals today. So I found all my mission journals and a couple of other ones, but I'm gonna talk to you guys about the different types of journals, how I journaled every single day for my mission. That is like 548 days worth of journaling here. That's a lot, and I'm really proud of it. So I'm gonna give you guys all my tips and tricks and all the things that you're gonna need to take with you in the mission to make sure that you can record all your memories and be super organized with it all. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright guys, like I said, I went ahead, got my mission journals. They are on a prized shelf in our home and I love them. So, little background, what I did is, with the help of my mother, because this was her idea, I wanted to make the goal of journaling every day on my mission, and so what I went ahead and did is I went ahead and bought 3 journals from the company Papyrus, and they're like some brand in there, but not gonna lie, these journals were like probably 25 bucks a piece. Now, they're kind of pricey. These are like fabric covered, gold leafed, whatever, fancy line journals. But I really wanted something super nice that was gonna last and hold up through my mission, and they did just that. And I got 3 of them, guys, because I knew if I was gonna be writing every day, I am a writer, so I was gonna need probably 3 of them, and I used all 3 of them to the very end. I went ahead and labeled them on the back, and they are for about 6 months each, so it makes all perfect sense. You're out for 18 months, 18 divided by 3, 6, 3 journals, 6 months of journal. So basically that was what I went ahead and did. Now these are a little heavy. I put them in my suitcase. They had their own little protective boxes, but I just kept them in there while I was writing in one. And yeah, so like I said, basically in these journals is my day-to-day life as a missionary for a year and a half. Now, I kept all sorts of things in these journals from my identification card I had in Peru, oh shoot, now I lost the page, down to dried flowers. So really these journals were like my personal feelings, thoughts, the things that happened from day to day. I saved letters from friends and family members. I put in a few pictures that were like super sentimental, as these are like the first day that I came to the mission home. Looking real cute. Actually, if you guys want to see, here is little baby Amana Stratton on her first day in the mission field. Looking real chunky and some very dead split ends. But anyways, so that's what these journals were. Like I said, I kept everything in here from cards and even a little bit of Peruvian money. So that way I could just remember it all. Now, honestly, in MTC, I wrote so much. I don't even know what I wrote about in the MTC, but a good chunk of my journal from that time is just the MTC. And like I said, I don't know what I wrote about, but I thought it was really important. And so, anyways, take an account for that, because you are going to be writing a lot. You will have a lot to write about, and that's great. It's better to write too much than not enough. So, like I said, I wrote everything from my day-to-day to feelings and thoughts. And then at the beginning of these journals, I went ahead and saved sections of my journals to write my testimony during that 6-month period, my mission goals, and then my mission scripture as well. So I will actually share with you guys my mission goals, because I think this is a super cool thing to keep in your journal. Some of these I gathered from other people's blog posts and whatnot from their missions. But what I wrote was, number 1, write in my journal every day. Check. Love every companion. They are my sisters. Listen to the Holy Spirit. Live in the present. I will never see this part of the world again. Take too many pictures, and I wish I would have taken more pictures on my mission. Do not get fatter. We used to pray that we wouldn't get fat. But do not cry about home. You are strong and independent. 8, become fluently sarcastic in Spanish. That was one of my main goals, and I accomplished it. Number 9, return home honorably. 10, love the Lord. 11, pray often. 12, give hugs. And number 13, go to sleep happily exhausted each night. And 14, forget yourself and go to work. So those are my mission goals. Now, like I said, I put those in the front of my journal so I'd always remember them. Now, as you're writing your journals, what I went ahead and did is I would just go ahead and like write till I finished, talking about that day, and then I just kept going on the same page. But I just did it by the dates. Make sure you write dates in there, obviously. Try to take the time to write clear. There's no point in actually writing in journals because you can't even read it later. So now, journaling every day can seem a little bit daunting, but when you're a missionary, first of all, it is kind of a quote-unquote rule. It is a very heavily suggested thing to do in the mission because this is such an amazing time in your life, such a special time, and where you're going to receive so many spiritual promptings and guidance from the Lord in your life, not just for the people you're teaching as a missionary, but also for yourself. So it's so important to record those thoughts, and then also to record your experiences. That way you can share all the amazing stories with people when you get home, with your kids, with your spouse, whomever. But I think the thing that really helped me the most, when I first got into the mission, I would journal at night. I would get home, get ready for bed, and then when I was in bed, I would go ahead and just journal right there in my bed and write down all the things that happened that day, different impressions, thoughts, guidance, whatever. But then later on in my mission, when I was so exhausted after every single day, I started writing first thing in the morning. So I would wake up at 6:30, 7:30. In my mission, we were an hour later because we stayed out an hour later. So we didn't wake up till 7:30. But, so I would wake up at 7:30, I would get down on my knees, say my prayers, and then I would go to the bathroom and brush my teeth, wash my face, all that. Then I would actually come back, and in my bed, I would write in my journal from the day previous. And it was kind of a really nice, relaxing way to start my day. And it was kind of fun to reflect on the day before, and at night I was just way too tired, and just my mind was so bogged down with the whole day that it was too hard for me to write it all and make sure that I wrote it nicely. Whereas in the morning I was more coherent, and so everybody's a little different. Just decide what works best for you, but you don't have to write down every single thing as soon as you get home. Make sure you don't get behind. The worst part is when you get 2 or 3 days behind in your mission journal, you don't want to go back and write about it, so you just skip those days. Try to stay on top of it. Never miss more than 1 day at a time, because it can get really stressful trying to go back and think of things. And yeah, just do it every single day, even if it's short. You don't have to write a novel every day. Maybe write down one great thing. Now, there's so many different types of journals to help you as well. If you don't just want, you know, literally just blank lined paper to write on every single day, you can get things like bullet journals or prompt journals, where it will give you the idea to start off, like, what's one success that you had today, or what's something you're able to share with somebody else, or whatever. They don't make these specifically for missionaries, but I'm sure you guys could find some that are probably a little bit more spiritually related to help you out journal as a missionary. The only successful time in my whole life I've been able to journal every single day for like a long period of time was on my mission. And so like I said, there's so many different types of journals. One journal that we also used in the mission, we were given these when I got to the mission home. They have like our little mission name on it and whatever. This is my study journal. This is the journal that I took to meetings, whereas those were personal journals. I don't want anybody reading those because those are my deepest, darkest thoughts. Whereas this was just my study journal. Every morning during the study hour, I would write down notes from scriptures and talks and whatnot that I would read. Like I said, I brought this with me to meetings, to district meetings every single week. This journal was a lot sturdier, and I wasn't worried about something happening, and like I didn't care if it got wet or whatever, because it wasn't as important to me as these journals, because these are like my every single day stories and thoughts and like the things that happen. And so those to me are like super, super special. I honestly debated getting rid of this when I came home, but I went ahead and kept it, and I'm super glad I did. I haven't gone back to look at it, not gonna lie, but it is super good to have a couple of different types of journals around. I also have a journal, let's see, I think it's up here on my shelf. I also have a journal like this. Now this is more of a memory book. Now these got quote unquote banned for a little bit of time in my mission because missionaries were writing weird things in them. But I made this more like a scrapbook. I kept everything in there, from freaking candy bar wrappers to pictures of my companions, money, ward programs, everything. Sometimes my companions, before it was like quote unquote banned, they wrote me notes in here. I have, oh my gosh, I mean, I have everything from like party lays to from New Year's Eve to like calendars and all sorts of like cards that my companions would write me on my birthday. Awesome stuff. This was like more of like a scrapbook kind of thing where I'd put like important things that I wanted to keep in here. So get yourself one of those too. Maybe get a little bit bigger one because mine is way too full. But those are a couple different types of journals. I also had a little tiny notebook where I would write down people's addresses and phone numbers that I wanted to keep in contact with, that I wanted to visit at a future time. Also companions information, so that when you get home you can find them on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Now remember, you don't have to do it like I did. You don't have to bring 3 matching beautiful journals or whatever. You can bring whatever kind of journals that you want. They can be spiral bound notebooks, whatever floats your boat. Just remember that you need to have something that's kind of sturdy because they are going to be flying around in your suitcase for a year and a half. So it is important to keep something that is going to hold up the test of time. So get yourself as many journals as you can fit into your suitcase because you are going to use them and they are going to be super important to you. I mean, like I said, I've been home for 2 years and I really want to take the time to go through and read some of my mission journals and just see how dumb I was when I first started out my mission. But journaling, like I said, can be such an amazing way to remember everything and to go back and cherish it and to share it with others. So definitely make journaling a priority as a missionary. It can be so worthwhile. And if you guys have any questions or any other tips or suggestions, leave them in the comments down below along with any other video ideas. This was a video request itself from somebody who DM'd me on Instagram. You guys can always message me on Instagram or email me in the business email I have in the down bar below. I love talking to you guys. It's awesome. It's amazing. I love giving you advice and any little bit of tips that I have about missionary work or modest fashion or whatever you guys want to know. Yeah, I think that is it for this video. So go ahead and share this video with somebody you know who's headed out into the field, so that way they know how important it is to journal on their mission and all the different types of journals they need as well. And I really appreciate you guys for subscribing and liking my videos. And good luck to all of you future missionaries who are headed out into the field. You are going to be amazing, and so make sure you write it all down. Anyways, I will see you guys in my next video. Have a wonderful week. Bye!